And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. My name is FDS, and welcome to the Ace Podcast with not Yelik, but new co-host man. New co-host man. Introduce yourself, you fuck.
Hello, I am the co-host man,
This is
temporarily
temporarily,
replacing the
yeah.
ROH mark
The ROH Mark
in
is
the.
taking a leave of absence, so we now have.
It is I. My name is Gwyn. Thank you very much for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, he's here. All right.
We are
So
here
we're gonna be talking
to
about all
chat
that we
mad. We're
since
gonna chat mad shit.
we really are. Since the last podcast, we've had the New Japan Cup finals. Billiam, Sweaty Mark Man won that fucking thing. What do you?
Oh, you sweaty what?
Oh, you Sweaty Mark, you big old Sweaty Mark. You like Joshi wrestling, don't you?
Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
oh.
Yeah. It was a
For
good
the
match.
second time, William Ospreay defeats Shingo Takagi in the finals of a tournament.
Yep.
This one he actually probably needed.
Oh yeah. Oh, he 100% needed it.
Much more than the previous time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
It's unfortunate that he needed to, given the booking of quote unquote United Empire, not just
yeah.
Empire.
It's well, and then yeah, and like
The match itself was very good,
yeah,
as expected. Now that Billiam is back to not having terrible matches,
yeah, he's
uh,
definitely gotten out of that
from the
period of
G1.
just doing the spots, going through the motions, and now he's actually being
Personally,
able to.
I really enjoy. That's probably his most enjoyable match since his comeback
It's
after
up.
the whole
It's
COVID era. It's up there.
yeah, I'd say it's that or the Okada match because that was probably like
Okada was quite fun. Yeah,
Okada
I would agree.
sans money clips, but like
So,
yeah, I thought it was.
just forget that movie.
Forget that move exists, and you know what? Okada matches
The
are great.
match in isolation, lovely, very
Very
good,
good,
great
very good.
finals.
Yes.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Uh, Afterwards.
Including the periphery events,
Oh God. Oh.
namely what happened directly after. Less good.
Good.
We'll put it that way. Yes.
I love this business more than I love anything or anyone. Then proceed to pull
Well,
off.
you see, Osprey,
Oh my God.
his brain don't do like the big think very good, so
No.
he can't like have the
Ugh.
love of for multiple things.
No, you can fucking. Oh my
He
God.
sees that he's got that rematch with Ibushi, and he's like, "Oh,
Like, whoa,
a choice has got to be made, man."
mate. I can't. Do I
Mate.
choose the titties or the belt? And he made the wrong decision. If I'm picking between fucking the new fucking belt and B Priestley, I'm fucking B Priestley. She's like, sorry.
So, I have this woman that I've been dating for years. We've moved in together in
we
Japan.
have two dogs.
We have dogs.
Two dogs, fam. Bear
Dogs,
dogs. Bear dogs.
But championship that I've never seen before.
Yeah. He made that fucking wrong choice. Oh,
The angle was
hold on.
so very bad.
Yeah. The angle. Oh, you mean the physical angle of
The physical segment of following the match, just the
yeah.
entire.
I
thing
thought you meant
was
the angle
so
they showed the belts at, but I don't think that matters. It's
We'll,
just
oh, we will get to that.
yeah.
Not to worry.
Overall, oh shit.
It was a very quick rise of credibility for United Empire, and then immediately losing it.
Yeah. I don't. I didn't hate Osprey winning the cup. I thought that was fine. I thought that was good.
No, that was fine. He was the right choice.
Yeah. I mean, between him and Shingo, I think both outcomes were good because
Yeah.
Shingo had a great road. I think Shingo had a better road personally in the Nuge Cup because he
I tend to agree.
Okada first round, Goto second round, Kenta quarterfinals, Evil semifinals.
Evil.
Yeah. So I think he had like a way better first because he beat like
Mm-hmm.
several former main champions and big names,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. But Osprey's road was less impressive because Tenzan then who did he beat in the second round? Who did he beat in the second round? Fuck.
Who did he beat in the second?
Zach, right? So yeah,
Right.
Zach was yeah. The fact that I forgot Zach just kind of Yeah.
And then perennial tournament jobber Sandana.
Sandana and David Finley, who
David,
cool,
okay,
cool, but not
I would
a
like to
major
put a
league.
little spotlight on David Finley reaching the semi-finals of the New Japan Cup.
Oh yeah, it's great. He
Absolutely brilliant.
he went crazy this tournament, man. He did like really well. The Osprey match was pretty good. The J match was really good.
He is my MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, he pulled it out like every fucking night and went just like
Finley Jay White. That was my favorite Jay White match in years.
oh yeah.
Absolutely
It
fantastic.
was the most non-Jay White match out of all the Jay White matches, and it was
Exactly.
really good. Oh my god. Yeah, it was.
Every near fall, I was biting on it.
Yeah. Um,
Everything.
Other things that happened at Nuge Cup. Yo is back. He will
Yo
be,
has returned
and
from
they are
injury.
immediately giving him the titles back, which
Wow. It's the
I
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, isn't it? We only got about two teams.
yeah, this is a good.
One of them's been injured for 9 months.
One of them's been injured for 9 months, and the other one's got the belts. And
Yeah.
and the third one is only here half the time because Phantasma's not here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Um, it's
It definitely feels it's terrible to say because Yo being back is always great because you
yeah.
never want someone to be injured.
Mm.
But it does seem like if they don't go for a Roppongi 3 breakup angle, which I don't think they should right now
Not
because they need
yet.
the teams
Yeah.
practically. Sho has made such strides as a singles competitor in 2020 and in early 2021 with his title shot
Yeah.
that it feels like a step
Well,
down to just here's the tag belts again.
in terms of like
With Roppongi.
levels, yes. In terms of match quality, that junior title match with Hiromu was
We're personally not fans of that match.
no. I felt it was 8 minutes
I
of
think
forearms is too much,
he,
and
he was a lot stronger in the Never Openweight Championship match
Mm.
with Shingo and in the
that was
Never
a lot
Six
better.
Man tournament.
Yes,
He really shined.
when he was and BOSJ, he was doing really good in BOSJ as
And
well.
BOSJ.
Yeah, everything like that junior title match was probably like the sourest moment of his singles run so far, which is a
That's
shame.
just because they made it go about 34 minutes.
34 minutes and 8 minutes of that was forearms, and it's like,
Right, non-stop.
yeah, that's a bit
We
much.
should have non-stop. We should get to another non-stop segment to open a match later. It was also quite funny.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. So, New Japan Cup, didn't hate it.
New Japan
I
Cup.
thought it was honestly quite an enjoyable tournament. There were some like
Yes.
the early rounds were kind of weak. I don't think there was anything great in like round one, round two.
I'd say that was a to be expected somewhat.
Yeah, there were some good matches and some good upsets.
Mm.
There were some mistakes made. Okan going out round two to Yano. Yeah, that was dumb. I guess you
In
can.
general, they really don't know how to place United Empire in tournaments.
No, they don't know how to. Well, they
Really.
don't. They did okay in tag league. Like they had like what? Like I think they were like on like a decent amount of points.
They did all right, but then they didn't really do much with it afterwards.
No, they got like I think 8 points and then didn't do much else. How many points did
It's
they
a
get?
bit telling that what was
10
the
points.
stat that we had? Undefeated in 6-man tag team matches.
Yes, they're undefeated in 6-man tag team
Oh,
matches.
wow.
Yeah.
And they've taken a tag team loss to Tenkozy in 2021.
Yep. Oh no.
Not ideal,
Mm. Not ideal.
especially
Indeed.
with a new faction searching for credibility where they can get it,
Yeah. It's
and then immediately losing it.
certainly a choice. Um. There's more I want to talk about, but with United Empire, I think the cup win was the right direction, but how I felt with their booking is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They always do something like they always like go right in the right direction, and then they do something stupid and like make them go back.
Yeah.
Like for example, I can understand like you have like oh okay yeah Kolb loses to Shingo fine Ospreay loses to Okada fine but Okan probably should have beaten Tanahashi at the Dome especially given the counter events like and then it's like okay well they get Ospreay and Okan they get their singles victories over Kojima and Tenzan fine whatever and then Okan challenges Tanahashi and loses to him again it's like
it's always
They do.
build them up enough, that where they can be put into a big match, but then it's never actually winning the big match.
Yeah.
Apart from Osprey now.
Osprey, who's now won the New Japan Cup, which was like,
Hmm.
but like, again, it's
Which
the
is
same.
great.
But it's the same
But
thing.
then but then he hits a cutter on B, and
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
and yeah, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's like every time.
Like if you wanted to write B out because she would rather do the Stardom dates, just have her not show up.
Yeah, we don't need an explanation for that. That's fine.
We
You
have
didn't give
several other managers that just don't show up, and
like
it's fine.
yeah, you didn't have like when Miho Abe just stopped appearing for them because of COVID. You didn't have Taichi hit a black Mephisto on her in a pre-tape video. Just like you didn't need to do
Holy
this.
Zack Driver.
Holy Zack Driver, not Zack's my new boyfriend now. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my god. You didn't have like Yujiro, like Pimp Juice Peter. It's just, yeah. It doesn't. You don't need to like write her out this way. There's so
It
much
was
more you can do.
ferociously overcomplicated and nonsensical for what they were going for.
Yeah.
I get what they're going for. They're trying to set up Osprey to be this kind of more unhinged, he'll do anything for the belts
Well,
sort of thing.
belt.
Okay,
now.
now it's belt.
Speaking of,
Sad, okay.
yeah. Speaking of,
is it that time?
It's about that time. Speaking of unnecessary and over. Oh man. I'm gonna put this image in the middle of the screen.
Oh yes.
Here is the new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Oh my god, is this thing ugly?
Truly a sight to behold.
Yeah, wow. I don't know how I feel about this.
Does it hurt more because it's a downgrade from such a high bar?
Yes. It hurts.
I think if the original belts weren't so nice, we wouldn't hate it so much.
Oh, definitely. I completely agree with you. But like, we went from probably the two nicest belt designs in wrestling. Like when I think of people, when people talk about like nice belt designs,
very much in the upper echelon.
yeah, people always like talk about the IWGP Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title and how nice those two belts were. Ness and I were talking about this earlier in DM. He brought up like, well, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship looked like it was the most evolved form of a title. It looked like it was the final stage, which I completely agree with. It was perfect belt.
Ornate in a way that works. It was classy. It had a retroness about it, but it felt timeless at the same time.
Yeah, and like. The other thing is, this doesn't have a nameplate on it as well. That really annoys me.
No.
It's not like it's such a small thing that shouldn't piss me off, but I hate.
Chris Charlton did mention the nameplates in some of his toe the line tweets, which I don't blame him for because he worked for the company.
Yeah.
But he did say that eventually they are going to run out of space of names on the belt.
I mean, I guess.
Practically, I guess.
But like, even then,
really,
like, I can understand that, but with every world title, almost every world title has like a nameplate or something to display who the current champion is. Even the fucking
or WWE where they have like their own custom side plate.
They have the side plates, which are honestly that's one of my favorite parts of WWE title designs. The side plates.
That is my favorite part of the WWE belts.
Yeah, it's such like a unique thing. And I really enjoy it with like having side plates because then it's like custom designs. It makes the belt feel like it's the champions when they have it.
I remember that some people in WWE even managed to work that into their gimmick. So you know when they changed the NXT title?
Yeah.
Current design. So where it now has the side plates.
Yes.
Tommaso Ciampa, on his one, he would always raise the belt and kiss the side plate instead of the main plate. Because he loves himself more than the belt, even though he loves the belt.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. But that's cool.
Little personal things to represent the champion on the belt is quite nice.
Yeah.
This one, in their justifications, it seems like they tried to fuse bits of literally every belt from New Japan's history into one.
Yeah.
For some reason, with ferociously obnoxious and over the top descriptions of what makes it significant, and none of it rang true or whatsoever.
It's my first opinion when I first saw it was, damn, this looks like one of the presets on a WWE 2K game. Because it's such a generic design as well. It's not like a super impressive design. It's very generic, but
It's
then
both it's both generic in that it doesn't really focus anywhere,
yeah,
but it's complicated enough that it feels tacky.
yeah, because they went and just like shoved all this shit onto the main plate. It's like they
Hmm.
took it and they like just put a bunch of shit on it, like, and yeah, at the same time they left so much space on the belt. Like it looks like there should be
The
more.
gap from the main plate to the side plate, there is a huge bit of just strap.
Yeah, it's so like it doesn't look like it's one belt. It looks like it's several pieces of one belt, and
They've
there's
taken the
missing
side
bits.
plates of the belt and put it onto this belt.
Yeah, because
They are
it's
very
oh,
chunky boy squares.
mm, yeah,
And then with the shape of the main plate, it just doesn't look right.
yeah. It's man, like I mean, square side plates. I think there are some other belts that have square side plates. I can't really think of like
Yes.
any
This
major
belt
ones.
is not one that should have them, though.
No, it should be
Definitely not.
like a diamond thing or something, like so like a triangular, like a
Hmm.
prison or something, like gouging off and then like kind of folding and like if you want to do the wings thing, why not have the side
Hmm.
plates kind of form out into wings? I mean, that would look. I mean, you're already going for like grandeur and over the topness. Like,
The
you,
grandeur.
it's
We want Gundam anime belt.
yes.
We want Transformers Autobot logo belt.
Oh, it's the elite. I have said
The
this.
Elite Guard.
The Elite Guard logo, the Divas Championship, the ECW Championship, not the good one, but the
No, no,
WWECW one,
the more recent one. Yeah.
the more recent one. A tramp
More
stamp,
hilariously,
Cody.
tramp stamp. Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo.
Oh my god, it looks so. It's the exact same shape, and that's the problem.
There have been edits where someone's put it on the main plate and it
Yeah,
fits too well.
yeah, it's very.
Too well.
Oh my gosh, it's so.
Quite atrocious.
Yeah, I can't, man. Like,
It's the size is weird.
yeah,
It's smaller than the older belts, but it looks really cumbersome anyway.
yeah, it's so much smaller than the other belts. That's the other issue. Like,
Yeah.
if you're
This
gonna,
now makes me even more concerned that they are going to change the junior heavyweight championship.
well,
Something.
they kind of have to, don't they? Like, otherwise, why does the junior heavyweight championship look? Unless they're gonna make it the world junior heavyweight championship. But,
The world junior heavyweight champion.
and
It could be
also,
even
keep in mind the full name of this title, minus acronyms: International Wrestling Grand Prix World Heavyweight Championship.
international and world.
Why do you need both in there? It's kind of implied if it's the International Wrestling Grand Prix that it's a world championship. We don't need you to tell us that it's both international and world. It's the same thing.
Our intercontinental world global.
Our Intercontinental World Global Federation Ultimate Smackdown Championship. It's like
Smackdown.
Smackdown Championship. Uh,
Oh, dear.
like I thought Universal was a dumb name for a title, but this is just like,
Universal is far stronger than this.
yeah. Oh my goodness, I hate it.
Also, just as a little snippet of what the New Japan Global Twitter went pretty wild yesterday morning.
Oh my god,
On,
they
so just a little excerpt of the.
yeah, no, pull up
I would
all
I
the
would
tweets.
I would say lovingly explaining the design qualities of the new
Yeah.
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I would rather spin it as a just furious justification to try and make it not shit.
Yeah, and
So,
like,
and I quote: "The lion mark in the upper center represents the sun above the earth below. Flames emanating from the sun are those of the fighting spirit, which is also represented by a sword piercing the world below from top to bottom."
okay,
What?
I
What?
I still don't
What?
see the sword. I have looked at this belt so many times, and I haven't seen this sword. What are you talking about?
The sword.
Where?
Wait. What we are talking about is the sword that Shingo Takagi brought to the Japan.
That was really funny, honestly, because it was. I know
I
it
like
was.
the call.
I like the
callback.
callback, but like Osprey looks like a dork with it, and Shingo looked like a dork with it as well.
The sword to pierce
Because
the world.
I think the internet's ruined swords for me, because it's like I don't see them as like,
No
oh,
swords for you.
badass samurai warrior. They look like fucking
Oh,
otakus. It was like, you have
Hokage coming
challenged
out
my.
with the sword and the dinosaur.
Well, that one's just like okay, he's over the his gimmick.
Anime monster hunter sword.
Yeah, well, his gimmick is that he's over the top as fuck. Like that's
Oh.
his kind of whole deal. But like this, it's both good because yes, great callback, really nice like storytelling. But on the same part, you look like a weeb. Like you look
Also,
like
on these posts, trying to justify the belt design, there is then pictures of the main event of this Korakuen show, which is Ibushi and Tenkozy versus United Empire. They can't escape the dads.
you can't. This
You're
is what
trying.
this is what this is what Omega talks about whenever he says you can't escape. It's just
Oh
dad.
no! This is it. Forbidden Door. This is it.
Forbidden Door. Tony Khan. FD.
United
Forbidden
Empire have been
Door.
fighting the dads forever, and they're still doing it. And then the
Uh,
belt comes along, and they're still
like
doing it.
I don't know why they're having him continuously fight the dads. Are there not
Oh,
like Wano and Taguchi are on this tour? Just have him team with
there's apparently
juniors.
no one else.
Like, could you not bring Hanare over for a little bit longer? I would take Hanare over the dads. Like it'd be
Because the night
different.
before this,
Uh,
it was
oh, it
Ibushi
was worse.
teaming with Yuji Nagata and Tomoaki Honma in the main event.
Oh my god, yeah, it was terrible.
Oh wow! And
Oh.
Honma took a Stormbreaker.
Yeah, which what is wrong with you, New Japan? Why are you booking him to take the Storm of all the people in that match? He's the one who should
Yes.
be taking the Stormbreaker the least. I mean,
Yes.
Honma is broken man. He has no neck, no spine. Just
He has
don't.
nothing.
Don't do that. Not because he's cowardly, just because he doesn't have a fucking spine. Literally.
Nothing left. It's all jelly in there.
It's all jelly. Ah. That's why he moves like he does. Jeez.
Yes.
Just,
I do think that hilariously in the more jokey side,
Yeah.
they're only changing the belt because Ibushi doesn't know how to hold two belts at the same time.
Yeah, because he keeps changing how he holds them. He either
He's
like,
like, how do I?
yeah. He like will come out with one wrapped around his waist, one on his shoulder,
Yeah.
or he'll come out
Whenever
with
he
like
tries to put both of them on his shoulders, he's like furiously
like-
struggling.
one of them's main plates like on top of his one shoulder, the other one's like on his chest, so it's like looks like
Yeah.
really awkward, and he has to pull it
So
down.
weird.
It's just
So weird.
yeah.
And then
but
when he came out for the main event with the new world heavyweight title, he looked embarrassed.
he did. Well when he picked it up for the first time, he was like,
He looked so embarrassed, like, oh god, I have to carry that and try to make that valuable.
that's the thing. It makes him it all, but I think there was also this realization of he has to do this storyline, and in the fans' eyes, he replaced these two beautiful beloved belts with that.
With that.
And
With
the
a toy.
with a yeah, it like it's perfect
A
to replicate
a toy championship.
Oh yeah, it's
Speaking of replica belts, Belt Van Dan had some other screenshots of it, and it looked
Yeah.
even more like a toy in those.
yeah, it looks like a Power Rangers toy. It doesn't even look like a wrestling toy belt. It just looks like a Power Rangers
Yeah.
toy. I can't
Yeah.
even like see it as like, oh, yeah. Who was that? What was the fucking? What's the name of the fucking Sixth Ranger from Megaforce? The lion bot?
Orion.
Oh,
No,
the lion thing,
Ten-
the robot.
Robo Knight was in
Robo
the first
Knight.
one.
Yes, it looks like Robo Knight.
However, if you go from Super Mega Force, the Silver Ranger one time wears a giant chest thing with all the faces of the Sixth Rangers on.
Yes, I know that.
That's what this belt looks like.
what.
It looks like that.
But the thing is, wrestlers have called back to that before, because Metalik wore like a whole thing with all his masks on it.
Of course he did, didn't
Yeah.
he? Wow.
Yeah, and that actually looked cool.
Metalik
just
better
looks
than
stupid.
Super Mega Force.
Yeah, Metalik always better than Super Mega.
We do not condone Super Mega Force in this podcast.
No, we do not. There's a lot of Power Ranger series I don't condone. There's a few that I do. Mega Force and Super Mega Force, no. All right, that's enough of looking at this belt. Is there anything
That's
else?
pretty much the happenings with New Japan. We can make brief mention of their ferociously stupid Big Show tour coming up
Yes.
for Dominion, where they are doing loads of big shows
and then
one after
Dominion,
the other.
and then Dominion.
And then Dominion, which is also a big show. So there's announcements of, oh, we're going to run the Dome or like other Dome shows,
Yeah,
bigger events. And you're like, oh, are you
Yokohama.
doing Dontaku? Are you doing like Dontaku and Dominion at big shows? Like, well, yes, but we're doing other ones.
It's like, yeah,
Sorry, what?
because they're doing
New
Yokohama
Japan.
Stadium, Tokyo Dome,
Yes,
and then Osaka Joe Hall, which are
that's a lot.
like, okay, put it into perspective. DDT have announced two big shows for the summer period. They're 2 months apart.
Hmm.
You have
Yes,
Super Saitama, which is June 6th, and then August 28th, you have DDT Wrestle Peter Pan. It's they've spaced it out.
New Japan have 4 shows in that time.
Yeah, four big major
Big
marquee
one,
shows.
big
Like
one, and
it's
it's not very promising for them.
no.
When I do believe the statistics, Pro Wrestling Noah and Stardom outdrew them at the Budokan,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
You guys they're getting outdrawn by KG fucking Muto. Like in 2021,
Wow,
people are
Eiji Muto,
flocking
what a
to
draw.
see KG Muto, which I don't understand, but sure.
At the moment, I can see it.
At the moment, yeah, but like, ah,
When you have Autobot Beltman at the
Autobot
top.
Belt man. Uh, man, I feel like I'm in
I think
Transformers animated.
that's enough New Japan.
Yeah. Well, there's
We don't want
not.
to be
It's,
we don't
no,
want to
there's
be
more.
depressed.
We gotta
There's
predict.
more.
We have to predict Sakura Genesis, my friend. Are you ready?
Oh, we do, don't we?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Also, I guess we could briefly mention New Japan Cup USA. It looks very average. Who do you got for that, if anyone?
I would like Leo Rush.
Leo Rush be cool.
I would like that. I don't think he is, but I would like that.
I'm thinking Fred Rosser. Because I think he makes sense to win. Could be Brody King, could be Chris Dickinson, could be Lawler. Yeah.
Okay, Tom. For me, it's Tom Lawler.
Mm. Yeah.
It's sad because none of them are going to beat Moxley for the belt.
No. Uh, it's
If Kenta didn't do it, none of them would.
I don't know who they have planned to beat him for it. It doesn't really.
Clearly, they want to run with Moxley as the US champion for longer. Otherwise, they would have dropped it finally.
Oh, but it's already been so
So
long.
it's already been so long. So if Kenta didn't do it after 6 months of build, waiting, defending the briefcase more than Moxley defends the belt,
5 times.
if he wasn't going to beat him for the belt, they clearly want to run. They really are committed to
Yeah.
having Moxley as the US champion for some kind of forbidden door thing.
So, what? I mean, and I guess another AEW guy could beat him, but I don't know.
I guess the next level would be he defends it against an AEW guy on an AEW pay per view or something.
Yeah, or a New Japan guy on an AEW pay per view, then an AEW guy
Yeah.
on an AEW pay per view, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's. But he's doing this tag thing with Kingston, and they're teasing a feud with the Young Bucks, which is like,
Ugh.
yeah,
Once wait. Once again, in the ferociously stacked tag division that they have, it's like we're gonna put 2 singles guys.
yeah. I mean,
They're
it
gonna
makes sense, but it's just, yeah, it's a lot.
sadness.
Yeah,
So yeah, New Japan Cup USA. It's mid. I like a lot of the people in there, but it is mid.
it's not like a. I mean, it.
That's
feel
just because
like-
New Japan Strong is very mid, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I mean the names are all great. I mean, Clark Connors,
Yes.
Leo Rush, Brody King, Chris Dickinson, Ren Narita, Tom Lawler, Hikuleo, and Fred Rosser. I don't think any of those guys are bad. They're all good wrestlers. It just doesn't.
None of them are.
No, none of them are bad. I mean, I think the worst one you can find is Hikuleo, and even then, he's quite good for his size.
He's decent. He's decent, to be honest.
Yeah, like he can go. He's got like his finisher. He could have a better finisher because I feel like
Yeah.
top rope
Yeah.
flatliner's kind of yeah. But the rest of like other than that, like yeah, you got like good names in here.
It's more so the general New Japan Strong build and trying to care about that show in general.
Yeah, I feel they could have done more, but it's also I think there's like Brody King's the only returning person from last year's cup, which is a bit weird because you'd think like oh maybe like Finley can probably
Wasn't there Leo Rush Phantasmo in
no that was
the
Super
first
J
one?
Cup.
Oh yeah, that was Jacob. They've
Yeah,
done, or they're already doing like their fourth tournament
yeah.
on
Well,
New Japan Strong.
we've got. Oh yeah, because they have the fucking Young Lion tournament as
Li-
well.
Lions break crown.
Lions break crown, which Clark Connors won, and now he's no longer a young lion. So it's all very
Yeah.
confusing. um,
Renderita's tapping out Chris Dickinson.
yeah. Well, that's and it makes it worse because the belt's not there. Like
It's just not
Moxley's
there.
not there. He did the match with Kenta and
Yeah.
then fucked off. He just said
Yep.
like, "I'm done. I'm out. Bye." Just left. Just
That's it.
this is it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you got.
Yeah. All right. Sakura Genesis. Skipping over the tags because well, except for one. We got this is the one we're going to talk about first. Lij, Takagi, Sonata, Naito versus Jeff Cobb, Great Khan, and the new member of United Empire who is yet to be revealed. Who do you? I mean, I think it's probably obvious he's winning that,
It,
but
it
who
has
do
to
you?
be Empire, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless they bring somebody in. Job. Uh, who's, who do you have? This is so weird. Who do you have
Okay,
for this?
in the scenario of X being Toa Hanare, I can see them jobbing.
Yeah, it's such a big Lij team though. It's the three
It's
major
stacked.
heavyweights. Yeah.
Very. Wait, is Sonata in the match?
Yes, Sonata, Naito, and and Shingo were all in the match.
Hmm. Sonata can like eat a pin.
I guess. I mean, he.
Wait, no, even more New Japan Gator booking. Naito can eat a pin.
Oh, Naito, please stop making Naito eat pins. My
Naito
goodness.
can eat a pin.
I was okay with him losing to Okan because that made sense.
So
And
it's not going to be Yo because Yo has another
no,
match in the
he's
show.
already booked.
Even though Yo was probably one of my early picks to join United Empire because they do need a junior
Yo would have
now
been
that they're more
interesting
established.
if this was like Shingo, Bushi, Naito, because then he's
Yeah.
got the built-in history of Bushi and Shingo, and then like it's heavyweight, two heavyweights, two juniors. Oh, sorry, no,
Mm.
actually never mind. There's no ratio you can put with Lij right now that is not heavyweights because they're all heavyweights. Because heavyweight Bushi.
Oh yeah,
Because they're all
Bushi's heavy.
because they're all
Of course,
heavyweights.
of course, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I don't think it's Sonari because he's got a quarantine in New Zealand unless he never left. Unless he never.
I think
actually
there's a
left.
fairly good chance that it's just someone new.
I do too, because it feels like I don't.
There's
It
no
doesn't.
there's no real young lions that would fit.
Shota would be the only one you could bring back, and I feel that's way too early to bring him back.
That's yeah, no.
Like he's because he's doing the stuff on Strong, and you kind of need him on Strong
Yeah.
for like somebody who's actually worthwhile.
Carl Fredericks, he has the whole I don't do factions thing.
Yeah, he's doing that whole I
With
don't
the
do
Alpha
factions
Wolf.
thing. Alex Coughlin feels too fresh to join Empire at this point.
That's too early.
Yeah, Connors is a junior, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's like the most
The
LA Dojo.
DK
The DK. Well, he's still a young lion, so
still the DK. No.
the DK. Danny Limelight. He's gonna show
Oh
up.
boy. Oh wow.
Double contract Limelight, more like it, because he signed
Hmm.
it. He's the real Forbidden Door, because he's on both
So,
Strong and Dark. Two
There's
shows nobody watches.
There is slight speculation that ferociously outside pick Speedball Mike Bailey, but I doubt it.
I don't see that. I think he talked about wanting to wrestle for DT again recently, and
Right.
yeah.
Reform Moonlight
I've
stuff.
heard
Nice.
Mikey Nichols, which would make sense.
I wouldn't hate it.
It would be fine.
I wouldn't be enamored with it because it's Mad Mikey Nichols. I don't know why he's mad. It's been several
It's been
years.
two years.
I don't know why he's mad yet.
Nobody knows. He came
No one
back.
knows.
He's mad. He's just like,
Okay, I would be way more excited.
he's mad
if-
because he's a tag wrestler in Nuge and
I'd be
in
so much more
WWE.
excited if it was Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. If it was both
Yeah.
of them.
But Haste is on lock to WWE
Haste
still.
is yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
if it was both of them, I would be instantly more excited for that prospect.
I don't think it's Andrade, but he is a free agent.
No.
Because they announced
No.
this. I think they announced this before he got released, so I don't think it's him.
Yeah.
Is there anyone
Chances
else?
are it's just someone completely new that we don't know.
It could be some. I'm trying to think of anyone's like Irie's because Irie. I was gonna say Irie, but he's contracted to OWA. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
can't be him. Is there any other like big free agent? Keisuke Ishii, I guess, is there, but I don't see that happening.
Because everyone's been snapped up with contracts in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Everyone
I'm
of
trying to think
note,
like
really.
if there's anyone UK wise. Haskins maybe because I think maybe Japan's easier to get to than US right now, or probably safer.
Mm.
But I don't because he was very primed for a push in ROH, and he's
Because
more of a junior.
it definitely is not going to be Robbie Eagles.
No, because he's working a show that day in Australia.
Thankfully, he's working in Australia, and he's too over as a babyface.
He's way too over. They love him. They were
They
like,
love him. It's great, which is fantastic.
I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. He's really over. He really got over as a babyface. It's really cool.
Hmm.
Um,
I would okay, slight tangent. I would love to see Osprey Eagles for the open weight belt at some point
that would be
on a big
cool.
show.
I mean, I thought they were gonna
Now
leave.
now that the open weight belt is actually like the second belt.
It is the second belt now because US is MIA and
Mm.
Tanahashi. They're doing. I don't know if they're gonna do Tanahashi J and Dontaku or if they're gonna do it at Wrestle Grand Slam in Yokohama. But I think either
I
way,
think
it's main.
probably gonna be it's Yokohama, I assume.
I think it's main eventing the show then, because I think that sounds like. I'm pretty sure they've also moved BOSJ because it doesn't seem
Yeah.
to be like on the
No,
card anywhere.
there's no room.
There's no room. They've definitely moved it to either after Dominion or like because there's still like a massive gap between Dominion and
They might be doing
G1.
that World Tag League BOSJ thing again.
Yeah, I'm fine with that if they do. It
I
was
wouldn't be
good.
surprised.
It was pretty good this
Yeah.
year. It was like a lot more tolerable because it was like Tag League didn't feel like a drag, whereas it usually
Mhm.
does. I feel like that's a lot better than like splitting the two tournaments. It felt like it was a lot more fun to watch. Hell, I mean the tag
I
matches
agree.
were better, and like it gave like you would give each side would have a night to rest, so the matches felt a lot more like vibrant as
It's
opposed
not
to
just seeing the same people in slightly different matches
yeah.
every day.
It was quite good. It was quite nice.
But anyway, Sakura Genesis predictions. I'm
Uh,
thinking Hinare is the most likely out of the known people that
yeah.
could be on there, but I'm more leaning towards it's just someone new that we don't know.
Someone new would be cool. I'm gonna say Nichols. I feel like we haven't seen him in a while.
Nichols, yeah,
But Secret Weapon, it does really sound like it's gonna be somebody new. I feel like if it's some, I think it could.
Secret Weapon.
Yeah. I mean, is there anyone they could have signed from? Has anyone left Noah recently or Dragon Gate recently? I don't think
Not that
so.
I can recall.
I don't think anybody has. Like,
It's all been pretty quiet, isn't it?
yeah, I don't think it's like been any like big free agency like the most. Is there somebody in old Japan? No, I don't think there's anybody in old Japan. Yeah, I don't. I don't see anybody who's like. I don't think anybody's left recently.
Mm. There was also outside speculation of Kitamura coming back, which is not happening.
Hell no. I mean, he's jacked as hell now.
Although he would fit as a secret weapon because he's on the juice.
And people haven't heard of him in a few years, probably. Like, he's not like.
No,
Yeah. I mean, is there anyone. It really. It could be anybody, honestly.
it's kind of slim pickings, isn't it?
Yeah. I won't be either of the Aussie Open boys because they're both in Sid and they have a tag title match with
Mm.
PWA soon. Pretty sure it's the same day as well, so I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I can't think of anybody who's like. Yeah, I don't think anybody's like left yet. Or like,
Either way, I don't think it's going to be someone of much significance, even though they are hyping them up as a secret weapon.
I think it'll be somebody more of an unknown. Yeah, not
More
like
of an
a
unknown, because Empire has been in need of an actual job guy
yeah. So I think
for a while.
I think they'll win no matter what though, because I feel like new member you. Come
Oh
back.
yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, having Okan and Cobb as your lower guys is amazing, and they're almost too over and too good to be your guys that are always
Yeah.
eating the pins.
I mean, a lot of people wanted like Okan's over as fuck with the Japanese fans, and like
Yes.
they love his presentation and his gimmicking.
Hmm.
Some people even like his technical ability. I think it's okay. I think he's an alright. I think his character's good. I think his in ring could use a bit more work.
He's someone he draws the attention a lot
Oh,
more
yeah.
than others,
He looks a lot.
which is
yeah.
great. He
Cobb
looks
is,
like a star. He carries himself like a star.
Yeah, and Cobb is just he's incredible. Like ever since
Yes.
he came back in G1 last year rather, he was just
He redeemed himself from his first G1
yeah he was
tenfold.
going. He went brazy and just said,
Absolute MVP of the 2020 G1. Fantastic.
A block of the A block. I mean Yoshihashi.
Of A block.
Yoshihashi being
Oh,
Yoshihashi.
Cobb and Hash
yeah.
getting it done.
That was the redemption G1 for both those two because they both just went off the wall.
They killed it.
Fuck
And
you,
they're still
Dave.
doing great.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer's a liar. His ratings are wrong.
Yoshihashi, goat.
Yeah. Next up. Next match I'm predicting, not next up, because there's a match between this and one, but I don't care about this fucking tag. So we're gonna talk about junior tag. Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado are defending the junior titles against Roppongi 3K.
3K
I
win the belts.
I think so as well, but
Here's what you do.
hmm,
Yo pins Despy, and then you have Yo challenge Despy for the singles belt at either Dontaku or the Yokohama show.
I think that's Yo sounds like a Dontaku thing. I think they do show Despy at like Tokyo Dome
Yeah,
or Yokohama, probably Yokohama, or no,
yeah,
probably Tokyo Dome because they can do like a junior tag title rematch and they'll like throw Ishimori and Despy into the and Phantasmo into the Yokohama,
yeah. It's
and then
more just mucking about with these two teams and just different combos of that because we have nothing
yeah,
else going on right now.
yeah, or like Despy and Doki challenge or
Yeah.
something like
Hiromu's injury has really exposed that the junior
yeah,
division actually isn't as deep as we thought it was.
yeah. He's gone for 6 months, which is oh, actually Aaron
Yeah.
brings up something good point for the new member of Empire. I don't know. This is a left field one though. Joe Hennig. We haven't
Eh,
seen him in a while, and he wouldn't be a bad pick. He's a bit older, but he could take fulls and he'd still be like that's a decent name to pick up. I think like
it'd
that.
be I can't get excited about that.
I can't either, but I mean it's not terrible. It's there's worse things. I don't
True.
know.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's part of me that thinks. Well, back to the June title match. Part of me that thinks. I think Despy and Kanemaru could retain here. Sho could fuck them over because Sho usually gets pinned in these matches. Yo gets frustrated because Sho in his promos has like kind of been like neglecting Yo and just kind of mentioned he wants to focus on his single stuff still, which makes me
Right.
think that like
It's all bubbling
maybe
over to some kind of breakup angle.
yeah, and I think maybe Yo turns heel. He could join United Empire because why not? They need people.
I think yeah, they need a junior. They need people. Yo, just slotting back into junior tag like as normal for Roppongi is not going to be good for either of them.
I mean, you'd probably need a partner for Yo
You could
because he is a primary
you
tag
can do
wrestler.
it for this.
Yeah,
They'll eventually get another junior that they can partner with.
yeah. They can throw like they can have like one Clark Connors at some point or some shit like that.
Yeah, something. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh. But I think 3K winning makes more sense.
Yeah.
Despy, I don't think they want double champions. I don't think, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think they want too many double champions.
Sadly, it's going to end the era of double belt Despy, but I think it is going to happen.
I think it's fine. He's still got the singles belt. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he'll be right. It's good that Suzuki gonna even have belts at this point. Like,
True. Very true. Very true.
like they have.
Oh
Oh
dear.
man, yeah. And then main event: IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Ibushi versus Will Ospreay.
The first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Title match.
Yes. It,
This is not
yeah.
for the two. This is the first one for the new era of what was it? Legacy and Evolution is a
Oh,
mystery.
that was so bad. They fucking showed all the previous champions for both, and it
The
was just painful.
the beginning of this Legacy and Evolution.
Yeah, it was so painful just to watch that.
God versus Billiam.
God versus Billiam. I love how that's that's what we have. We have God, Kota Ibushi versus Billiam,
Billiam.
Billy No Brains.
There is no chance that Osprey wins this match,
No,
which makes his angle to choose the belt over B is more hilarious.
yeah, he's not winning. It's like,
No, the match will be fine. The match will be good.
yeah, I just wow, I can't. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
It rings very hollow, as with a lot of Ibushi's reign so
Yeah,
far.
his reign so far, well, man, I just his reign so far has not been fun. It's been pain
It's
after
been more overshadowed by the other things going on. It's not. He
even
hasn't been
then. It's just
allowed to
been
just have
bad.
good matches. And
Yeah,
well, the himbo battle it was not so interesting, was
Himbo Battle was a good match, but the storyline, the tags were shit.
it? just just two himbos stare at like, and they're just like,
Well,
what do we do? Like we can't words.
Yeah, and then they did the match, and
Words are hard,
they
and
keep.
then they're like, oh,
What
Himbo.
annoys me is they keep doing the spot where Sonata will do like the bridging clutch, and
Hmm.
they'll all Red Shoes will always count the three, but they'll be like, no, 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 it was 2.99, no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
2.9.
It's like, no, shut up. It was three. Sonata, give Sonata the fucking
0.9?
belts, because at least Sonata with his himbo brain would give one of the belts to Naito and be like, hey, here you
He
go,
would give
buddy.
Naito like heavyweight. He'd give away the more
Yeah,
valuable one.
he gave away heavyweight because he's
Such
stupid, but
such himbo.
but that's the thing. His stupidity would have been great, and it would have saved us from whatever the fuck we're at right now. But
He just gives Naito both the belts.
it just gives them
He
both to
gives
him.
them both.
But Naito's like, I'm not unifying these. He's just like, they try to make him unify them, and he literally looks at the IWGP World Heavyweight
He's like,
Championship and
no.
yeets it out of the into the crowd.
You-
Uh,
Nice.
uh. Oh yeah, and I'm thinking they may add a six-man title match to this, or it might be actually it might be on Tataku, because
Um,
they've got Ishimori, Kenta, and
no, I
Yujiro who have challenged for
here's what you do with that match. Main event of a Korakuen.
the. I don't think there's any Corkins left. I think we've seen the two.
Really?
I think the only other house show they have scheduled is in Fukushima.
Okay, you'll put it on some kind of the main event of a Road 2 show on the way to the other shows.
On the way to Dontaku. So in like a
Yeah.
Dontaku Corkin. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a
That's what
good
we
junior.
do.
I think that's a good six-man title match. I mean,
It is.
because Yujiro's a good tag wrestler. He's not a great singles wrestler, but
Yes.
he can do tags.
Kenta Ishimori, I like it.
Kenta and Ishimori are great. They are.
Gives him something to do.
Yeah, they're really good. They're both really cool. I'd like to see them win because I like Hashi, Goto, and Ishii, but I feel like
I think that's more so we just want to see Kenta and Ishimori win something.
yeah. Well, Ishimori had junior tag for a bit, and then double belt Despy. But now it's yeah. I definitely want Kenta to win a belt. I feel like he needs something
Mhm.
after like
A little bit.
it's been over a year since he's had a belt. Like the last time he had a belt
Yeah,
was
since the never
Never,
open weight,
and he
right?
lost that to Goto. And he can't win Never right now because Jay might win.
This
Never.
is the overarching problem. A lot of people needed that IC title around
Yeah,
as the 1B title
yeah,
because you've established them enough that they feel above Never Open Weight because Never Open Weight has a very much a kind of mid card
yeah.
about it.
Mm.
So the IC title was quite needed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was always booked with a very much an overlap of people in the heavyweight scene who just aren't there at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the upper mid card guys that are built up, like Zack Sabre Jr., for example, that would very much benefit from that belt. And it's even more choked of, well, now those main event people will just go for Never. But then the people who were going for Never, what do?
What do? Go for tag. They aren't going to go
Tag's
for tag.
boring as heck.
Tag's boring as heck because they put it on God. And they literally. I can't think of like a well booked division in New Japan right now. I guess Junior. Junior's well booked.
They're salvaging it as much as they can with the Hiromu injury.
I mean, Junior singles, not tag. Tag is booked horribly.
Yeah.
Junior singles,
Yeah.
they're doing okay with junior singles.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just.
New Japan, depressing.
Yeah, let's talk about some more fun stuff. Some more stuff that's more fun.
Thing.
Let's talk about Noah first, because we got
Oh,
DT
boy.
and Noah to talk about. Let's talk about Noah first.
Oh boy.
Um,
So I know this is in podcast format, but I am staring at you for about 8 minutes after when the bell rings. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to stare at you
I'm gonna stare
across
back.
the ring.
Wait.
But
No.
you're going to stare back at me,
Yeah, but
and
first,
you're going
you
to make like one step to the right.
Yeah.
Really slowly, but
Yeah.
we're going to keep staring. I will stare at you. You stare at me.
And
Stare.
don't forget, you gotta interrupt my
The camera's
entrance pose.
You're going to interrupt the entrance pose. The camera's going to zoom in on my face. There's going to be a fade cut to your face.
Yeah.
Then a zoom out to the Korakuen. See the gravitas of this staring.
Yep.
We're going to keep staring.
And then you're gonna hit me with a Gonzo bomb, and you're gonna win.
Hit you with a Gonzo bomb and punt kick.
And punt kick me. For those who don't know, we're talking about Keno versus Kazuyuki Fujita. Because that's what happened. It honestly
Surprising.
wasn't bad.
Match wasn't terrible. Match was
No,
not terrible.
It was funny as hell. because the start of that match,
Staring.
funny as hell.
They started the build up tag match with the staring,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
again.
oh, it was so funny. It was so dumb, but it was so funny. And then the actual match
It
was
was
decent.
8 minutes of literally no one doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't hate that match, but it was just so funny. Just Vegeta winning shocked the fuck out of me. I just want to say
50-year-old Kazuyuki Fujita, your new GHC national champion.
both of their singles titles, well, the heavyweight singles titles are actually no, okay, yeah. Both their singles heavyweight titles are held by people over the age of 40. So
Well, 2021 is just the era of championships being held by big old bald men.
yeah, yeah, it is. Well, or just big old people if you want to count Sawaba.
Big old old people, old,
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 old.
very old.
Yeah.
We did also watch the Suwama Yoshitatsu
We did.
for the
I
All
regret
Japan
watching
Triple
that. It was bad.
Oh, you bit on the Koji clutch. You
I
bit on it.
did. I did.
I bit on it too.
We all bit on it.
We
We all
were
went, holy
we were
fuck.
terrified.
We all went,
We were
holy
terrified.
fuck. And just like, he put it on, and we were all just like, are they really gonna give the Triple Crown to Yoshi fucking Tatsu right now? They didn't. Luckily, Sawama won.
They didn't,
But
thankfully.
my goodness, was this match bad.
But
Besides
anyway, but back to the Noah, the promotion we actually watched.
yeah. That was good.
Fujita winning, it's a decision.
Yeah. It's
Very
alright.
odd. It's
Yeah.
more likely to free up Keno to challenge Muto.
Yeah. I think he might be dropping the belt immediately though, because Sagara is challenging him, and it's in Sagara's hometown. So
Sagara 2-time national.
Sagara two-time national, I think. I don't think because I don't think
Okay.
I don't think you can put the belt on Vegeta for that long. I just
Not really, no.
I think with Muto, like, yeah.
Okay, we said that. We did say that about Keiji Muto.
We
And
did.
he beat Kaito. He beat
Yeah, he
Kaito
did
in a
beat
40-minute bore fest.
His Kaito win. It was bad. The match was so bad. It was so
it was
bad.
very where the Shiozaki match was
Incredible.
better than it had any right to be.
Yeah. Ridiculously.
Where Muto took every move.
Yep.
Bumping around. In this one, it was very much showing his age there.
Yeah, I mean, it also I don't know. I don't know if it's a reflection on Kaito, because maybe his Kaito style just doesn't work with Muto. Because I feel like
Kaito is still very young. Where I think Shiozaki has the experience to make
yeah,
that limitation work.
he kind of
really
knew like
did.
I need to hit him with we need to just do big spot after big spot so we keep the fans engaged. Because otherwise, they knew if they did too many slow spots, they would be like, okay, the fans are gonna stop caring. But like,
Yeah.
I think Shiozaki leading that match and just going, all right, we're gonna go all out and then flash pin me. Because I think
Mhm.
as bad as the flash pin looked, it was a smart like decision to do because I
Yes.
think it actually made the match feel like, oh wow, shit, he actually won. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because it kept the fans like rolling, and then they were biting on everything at the end. At least that's how I felt. I thought it was a quite
With the
good
Kaito match, there was no biting on
No.
anything.
We were all just like,
It was
oh,
just
oh.
spots that were happening. Not even spots. It was just kind of grapple fucking.
We were watching something. Oh, we were watching the DDT Iron Man heavy metalweight title match at the same time.
We were.
The books.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
really
book versus
good.
book.
Book versus book, and then I was like, oh shit, Sasaki won the belt, and then I'm like, oh, Kengo won the belt, and you were like no, Muto big Kyle tap. I'm like, oh what? Because I wasn't looking at it.
Muto made it tap.
And I was just like not looking at it. I just was like, oh shit, okay, all right, fuck, okay. And then Masaki
Pro wrestling though is strange. Masaki to me challenging is great.
I love him. He's amazing. That
That's
tag
great.
title match was
Sadly,
amazing.
he's not going to win.
He's not going to win. They are building up to the Keno match, I assume, for Saitama, because I think that's Cyber Fight Fest. I think that seems
That's
to
a
be
big match.
That is a big match. I think like, does KG retain? I don't know, man. He could. He could.
You have this big moment of Shiozaki's year-long reign being ended by Keiji Muto. Do you have that then ended by Keno?
I mean, Keno's a big deal. We can't say he's
He
not.
is. I think this is more our fandom of Nakajima
I would
breaking
if
through.
Nakajima does. What would be really cool? Nakajima beats Muto for the belt, and then Shiozaki's back, and he comes back, and
Yes,
they do that again.
that feels like the more natural thing than Keno winning it.
Well, what I think could happen though is, well, Shiozaki's not going to be back for like 6 months. So what I think
Right.
they could
So you put it
do,
on Keno
put
first.
on Keno first, then you do the Kongo turn, have Nakajima take over Kongo, beats Keno for it,
Yeah.
and then Shiozaki comes in
Comes back.
and then they do
Okay.
that
Yeah.
again. And then you have like Shiozaki win N1 or something, and then you set up that match. And I think that's
Yeah.
good.
True.
I think you can do that.
It's also a big title change for their Saitama show, so that could
I
work.
think they're definitely. I definitely think the whole stigma of him being the former ace, the guy who kind of, quote unquote, failed. He just wasn't what they wanted in the ace. I think that's kind of gone
We're
now.
taking Noah to the Saitama Dome.
Taking Noah to the Saitama Dome with help from.
Doesn't quite roll off the tongue quite so well.
No, it does not. Keno winning the belt in Saitama, I could see it. It's hard to say if it'll actually happen or not, but I could see it.
With
Um,
this Muto reign, nothing's off the table. So
yeah, it's. I don't know when it ends, which is kind of cool. It's nice to like have a title reign that's like we don't know when it's gonna end. With
yeah.
like where it doesn't, where it kind of. I think that's kind of one of the things that the Ibushi title reign doesn't have is I kind of have an idea of when I think it's gonna end. It's like
Hmm.
when they put Okada in front of him, it's over. Like that's that's what I
It's
think.
over.
Because they're not gonna not put that new belt. They are not gonna waste any time in getting Okada into that history book. Because they are gonna want to get his name on that plate
They want him in the new Legacy
in that
Ink and
non-existent.
Evolution.
Yeah, in that non-existent nameplate. They want to put it on that. They want to put that
Oh yeah.
invisible nameplate onto that belt.
I want Okada to bury the design though.
Oh,
when he wins it.
he's gonna be like.
Please do.
I kind of want him to pull a Naito where he just starts kicking it around.
Oh, he just so like the streamers come down. He's got the bell, the big win, and he just yeets it up into the air again.
Yeah, Yeats and
Like,
he's just
woo!
like, whoa, wow. And Sonata's like, hey, I'm wrestling's last hope. And then Okada's just like,
Wrestling's last hope. Doi.
money clip. Doi.
Skull end.
Doi. Yeah. But yeah, and like, so that's the thing. I think like the minute either Okada or Jay gets his rematch, one of those two is gonna beat him. I think that's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. Whereas with Muto, I don't know when it's gonna end.
No idea.
I don't know
No
where
idea.
we're going. It's a fun, wild ride.
We're on a ride. We don't know where the destination is. We have no idea.
No, and that's kind of cool.
Fujita's national champion. We don't know what's
We
happening.
don't know what's going on. We have some really cool tag champs though. Got
Yes.
Nakajima and Kitamiya, my
Deep.
boys.
Fresh
The aggression. Oh, so good.
headbutt.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's cool. That's Noah.
Yeah,
Then
that's
talking about we got DDT.
DDT.
We got a few things to talk about.
Newly converted DDT watcher.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
It's very, very good.
It's very good. The product, if DDT is my favorite wrestling product right now. I including all the Oshi I watch. And
As
Noah,
someone who used to be almost fetishized like the seriousness of New Japan.
yeah,
Oh, this is the serious one. This is where the legit stuff happens. The dumb shit that DDT does is amazing.
but it's the perfect like blend of just like idiocy, chaotic like dumbassery, and then also serious great wrestling.
I want to see all I want to see is the anal power supply make Hirata dance. That's all I
Oh
want.
my god, the anal power supply.
That's all I want. That's all I need.
Oh, that was so good. What was that? Wasn't Ultimate Party. That was
Kawasaki Strong.
Yeah, Kawasaki Strong, really good show.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But that was the past.
Another show with an old bald guy at the top. However, Jun Nakayama hasn't lost a beat. He's still good.
He's great. He's so fucking good. Joe Nakayama, the fact that he works his matches so well. You could tell he's old. Like he has like an older, but he works it in such a great way because he works his rest spots into like the match so that it doesn't feel like it's dragging. Like
Mm-hmm.
the most recent title match was him and Higuchi, and obviously Akayama retained. But the match, it worked so well in the fact that like it had spots where it would stop, but it wasn't. They weren't like spots where it was like, oh, this is obviously a rest break. It was spots where it was like, okay, we're gonna get the crowd to like start like cheering them on because they're gonna do like these.
These are the brief respites after a big flurry of spots
Yeah,
where the crowd has a moment to catch their breath,
yeah,
while also Akiyama has time to not destroy himself.
yeah. He works so smart and he works so
Hmm.
well. He is probably the best like main event level veteran in wrestling right now.
Probably one of the most criminally underrated of
Oh
the
yeah,
veteran crowd in Japan
100%.
right now.
Like I know a lot of people haven't heard of Jun Akayama, but he
Hmm.
is incredibly good and he is a god. He is probably the best, like one of the best. Oh, he might be the best of the. Yeah, he's the best champion, major champion in Japan right now.
Yes,
I don't like Shun Skywalker. If you like Shun Skywalker, good on you, but not a
good
fan of
on
him.
you.
Not a fan of him personally.
We're
Especially
totally not Eta marks over here.
Eita, Benkei, um,
Thank you, Marks.
everybody but Shun,
Marks.
KZ, KZ. Yeah, I just yeah. But like he's the best. Like I know when Jun's gonna lose the belt. He has his world title ring definitely has like a very linear path because it is to the third
Yes.
Take match. But I don't care because the matches we're getting are
I'm
way
very much looking forward to the ride that we have along the way
yeah.
of what
Like
Jun Akama can bring us.
we got Dino next,
His
who is
his
Dino.
upcoming title match is Densuko Dino,
It's
which
diff.
is going to be interesting.
I think it'll be really fun. I
It's
don't
going to be
think it'll be
something very different from the epicosity of his Tetsuya Endo title match at Kawasaki Strong
and then the
and
brutality of
the sheer brutality of the Higuchi match.
yeah,
It's going to bring something very different. He's not going to drop the belt at the Saitama Dome because Take is in a big crossover tag match.
yeah. But I think he'll
Um,
face Endo for the second time there or the third time there.
yes, and I'm greatly looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think they have
It's the total inverse of we know when about it's going to end whenever Take challenges, but I'm totally fine with having that sort of ticking clock on there.
yeah because it's
That's fine.
yeah he just works so well as the world champion and
Hmm.
I think he probably I don't really mind the fact like usually I'd be angry like oh this guy he's taking a guy from a younger guy they could be pushing like somebody new but you know
Hmm.
Akayama makes it work it's I think it's the difference if you can make it work or if you can't like there are wrestlers who can
Yeah.
make things work whereas other companies can't the
For
double
DDT, the veterans that they push in quite high card spots are the
yeah
ones that are still able
yeah
to deliver.
yeah because they did Takayama they did not Takayama Masato Tanaka last year yeah
Yeah.
And he actually from I didn't I wasn't watching then, but from what I heard, he did quite well in that spot. And like
Hmm.
I've watched back his
And
match with Sakaguchi.
in the meantime, they have Higuchi as one of your tag team champions, paired with the veteran in Sakaguchi,
Who is
which is
also
great.
incredible.
That's
Yeah,
building him up. They've got
yeah.
Chris Brooks, who's a top gaijin.
Extreme champion
They
now.
have Extreme Champion. They have Yuki Ueno having a great run as
Oh,
Universal
he's
Champion.
great, dude.
So even though you have a quote unquote older veteran as your world champion, there's still it hasn't been neglecting
Yeah,
the younger talent of the roster, which is very
yeah.
good.
Because they're building up so many people. They're building up
Yeah.
Soma, Endo, um, Ueno, Take, Brooks,
Even Yusuke
Shunma.
Okada right out of the bat, they're
Yusuke.
trying to building him up
Yeah,
as a deal.
they've made Yusuke Okada out to be like very impressive. I think he's
Yeah.
I was a bit unsure of him at first because I'm like, he's a bit, and then like they've turned me around on him very quickly. Now he's fully
Hmm.
signed. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I think him, Makoto, and Jun after Jun drops open weight will probably win the 6-man belts because this isn't like a Masato Tanaka thing where it's a temporary thing since Akayama's sticking around after he loses the belt probably.
Yeah,
I can see him picking up six
that would be
man.
quite fun.
Yeah,
Jinratsu doing it.
Jinratsu being 6-man champions would be pretty cool. Um, yeah, Brooks is great.
Hmm.
Um, oh yeah, Brooks's title. I actually haven't talked about a lot of DT on here. So if you want to talk about Brooks's title match, the violent war that was Shunma
Wow,
and Brooks in a what was it a hardcore coffin death match?
something like something hardcore coffin death destruction
Yeah, it
death
was
coffin.
very fun, very violent.
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
As someone who is not hardcore match person, I really enjoyed that.
yeah. I think it was like a very good It's not too violent to the point of like where it's like, oh, okay, this kind of gross. It's just it's violent, but not to the point where
It's
it's
not.
too
It's not.
much.
It's not like a. It's not a Jin Kasai match.
No, it's not a Jin
It's not a
Kasai
Jin
match,
Kasai.
but there's still some
No,
really
it was
fucked
brilliant.
up shit in it. And then the finish was really
Brooks
good.
Brooks took some absolutely mental stuff.
Yeah, he got barbed wire stuck in his head apparently, so that
He
was
got barbed wire stuck in him. The ref had to pull it out
yeah.
afterwards.
It was very
On
smart,
his
and I
on
liked
his
how
stream the day after, he was absolutely dead.
he was like, "Oh, I'm in severe pain. I couldn't walk
Like, I
all day."
can't walk.
But it was a very smart like way to finish as well because it wasn't like
The finish was fantastic.
it wasn't like Brooks out hardcoring Shunma. It was Brooks
He outsmarted him.
which is way
Yeah.
better because it makes more sense because Shunma is the deathmatch guy. He is
Yeah.
deathmatch clown man.
Deathmatch clown.
He knows what he's doing in that style of things. So Brooks can't beat him
Mhm.
on like a straight one-to-one, being violent, being hardcore. But I guess Brooks is smarter than Shunma because Shunma and Natsupoi went to the same school. In that they did not go to school.
Oh boy.
Boy. But yeah, and so Brooks was able to outsmart Shunma and lock him in the coffin to win the title. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then we also had the
I think
great.
in the future of 2021, where it's looking more increasingly likely that Take wins King of DDT again to get his title match with Akayama. We're people that kind of we in the background we wanted Chris to be like a dark horse for King of DDT.
Yeah.
Whereas this sort of like closes that off with an envelope. Okay, you put him as Extreme Champion. You're doing something with him. That's good.
Yeah, that's fine. He was kind of like lost
So-
after losing Universal, so I was a bit like, okay.
Because he's not really aligned with anyone
no,
so far, as of recording.
as of recording, because could change. Well, I mean, he is aligned with Masa, but Masa's injured, so
He's tagging more with Eruption.
he tags with Eruption. He's been tagging with Eruption and Honda a lot lately.
It's been more than one off now.
No, yeah, he's tagging with Saki in an upcoming show as well. They like him and Honda have been tagging with Eruption quite a bit. They're like,
oh, Antonio Honda in Eruption. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be a good fall guy for the absolutely stacked faction that would be if they put Brooks in it.
The really stacked faction. Antonio Honda.
And Antonio Honda. Yeah.
Go on the Fox, everyone.
No, I love it. Antonio Honda's great. He's another really good veteran. He's comedy boy, but he's very fun. Also on that show was Okada. Oh wait, sorry, not Okada Ibushi. My bad. Okada Ueno. Wait, hold on.
That was not that. Yes, that was that show. Yeah,
that was that show. No, I know. I was joking about the fact that it wasn't Okada Ibushi because Ueno is Ibushi.
I just got that now.
Yeah, because it's Okada Ibushi. And, yeah. I was good. I liked it. It was alright.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
The recent title matches have been very good.
Yeah. We also had, and then upcoming, not happened yet. Oh, we also had an 8-man tag title match. If you.
Yeah. We also had Damnation winning the 6-man.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
As well.
That was a that was a really fun title match. Sad Shota's not gonna be working DDT that much anymore. It was cool to see him.
Shota's not gonna be working DDT, and Hirata doesn't have any belts anymore.
Hirata lost both of his belts, and
I wanna make you go.
I wanna make
you go.
It's alright.
It's okay. He will come back.
He'll come back. He'll win Iron Man heavy metalweight from Saki.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, no, I really like the new 6-man champions. Soma, Ando, and Hino is it is the damnation we're gonna kill you team of.
It's like, oh, we're actually trying now.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we need a big 6-man trio. Who we got? These ones. Oh, that's a lot. It's like, yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and that was really cool. Upcoming though, in terms of upcoming things, we obviously have Dino versus Akayama, as we talked about. It'll be interesting to watch. But we also have Harashima and Yuji Okabayashi from Big Japan challenging for the tag titles against Eruption, which will be...
That should be a very good match.
That should be very good. It's on the same show as Akayama Dino, so I do wonder...
April Fool.
April Fool
2020.
April Fool 2021.
Which is like, it's like mid-April though.
Yeah, it's April 11th, so
Yeah.
it's next weekend.
Quite funny.
It's quite funny. Yes. I think it's a pretty solid chance that Akiyama and not Akiyama, fucking Higuchi and Sakaguchi retain,
Yes.
and I don't know. I mean, I guess the tag league winners could beat him, but I think Hino and Sasaki are winning tag league, but I don't know if they.
Well, isn't this tag league like a hardcore one?
No. There's two tag leagues. There's the hardcore thing, and then there's the
Oh yeah,
actual
there's
tag league.
double. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
the ultimate tag league is something else.
Okay.
But the hardcore one
Yeah, I
is
would assume whoever wins the normal tag league
yeah,
beats them at one of the bigger shows. Either Peter Pan. Peter
yeah,
Pan's where they get the shot, right?
yes, probably. I assume so.
Okay. At Peter Pan, they can drop the belt.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't. Oh, yeah, by the way, the thing is about Take winning King DT. Since the where they've put it, it's. I think it's. No, it is before. No, right. It's still before Wrestle Peter Pan. I thought it was after, and I was like, ooh, they might not. Might be somebody else. But no, it still is before. So I still think Take is still a good shot. Um, hmm. Other than that, well, yeah. Who do you have for the tag league right now? Let me just take a look at the participants. If I
Hmm.
can pull it up.
I don't really know who's been built enough as a tag thing.
There's not a lot of like
I'm still
full-time tag
relatively new to
teams.
DDT, so I'm not quite on there
Yeah,
with
I don't.
possible.
I don't see them having many full-time teams. There's not many full-time teams. I don't think on
No, it would be
in the
it would be
tournament.
something like fairly hodgepodge.
Yeah, I think it is gonna be. My current pick out of the current teams is um, Sasaki and Hino, because I could see them winning the
Yeah,
tag league and then challenging for tag
it
belts.
gives Sasaki something to do because he's kind of done everything.
Yeah,
He's more in the manager
he's in the manager or
role.
he's just in the tags, just doing whatever he wants, just like
Hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah, so and I mean in the meantime, Soma's challenging for Universal, so yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, let me just take a look. I think we have do we have the teams here? I don't know.
Okay. Outside pick. Depending on where he goes, if Mike Bailey wants to go back to DDC, you have Moonlight Express win the tag league.
They're not in the tag league. They've announced the tag league
No.
participant.
Oh, sad.
I
Sad.
will hold on, see if I can find the tag league participants announcement. It's
Okay.
somewhere.
Mao and Mike Bailey win the belts at some point. Hopefully, maybe.
That would be interesting to see them win back. We have so we have Eruption as the first team. Akayama and Makoto. Um,
Hmm.
Take and Shunma. Brooks and Honda, and then Sasaki and Hino.
Brooks and Honda would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
It would be very fun. I don't know if it happens. I think Sasaki and Hina are the only ones who don't really have anything going on.
Yeah.
Like Take and Shunma. Take's
The
already
rest of them have other things.
yeah. Take's booked. I think Shunma will pin Brooks in this tournament to get a rematch with Brooks for the Extreme Belt.
That makes
Um,
sense. Yeah.
could Akayama? Although, could somebody pin? I don't know why Akayama's in this. It's makes more sense to put Okada in this for me, but I guess
Hmm.
they could be setting something up for Saitama. Maybe Eruption just
A title match, or
yeah.
Eruption just win.
Eruption just win as champions. They just I mean I guess what you could do is have Okabayashi and Hiroshima win the tag belts, Eruption win the tag league, and then you just do that match again.
Win the belts back up.
Win the belts back, yeah. Because
Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they've advertised. I think they've advertised either for upcoming shows like after this or a show
Hmm.
before the thing. Excuse me. But he's on like a show, upcoming Okabayashi's on an upcoming DDT show outside of the tag title match. Let me see when it is. Okay, it's after his title match, so maybe I don't know. He's faced
Mayhaps.
mayhaps
Potential.
potentially yes. It's possible. Um, uh, yeah.
I don't
Um,
know.
other than that,
I'd say most likely it's Damnation, but it could be any of them.
yeah, I think Damnation or Eruption just win, and just are like
Yeah.
we're the best, and then like they pick their challengers. They go like, oh, we want to fight, fucking Harata and Akito.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Telecommunication generation?
telecommunication generation. They come out and they're like, yeah, we're gonna take those tag
What a
belts,
name.
and then they lose because they can't beat 'em.
Slight tangent on the Hiroshima tag match.
Mm.
Uh, not relating to April Fool, but to Chris Brooks' Produce Show #3.
Yes. Chris Brews
Also
Project
upcoming.
#3 is upcoming. We have.
We have Hiroshima versus Balianaki. He's making his return
Mm,
to the Produce Show. Very excited.
yes, that's
That
the
should
main
be
event.
great.
We have Mecha Mummy challenging for Chris Brooks' DDT Extreme Division Championship.
Oh,
Have they named the stipulation? Have they said what stipulation is going to be? I can't remember. I think they
not
might have.
sure. I think it might be some exploding theme.
Probably. It's probably like a robot death match or some shit.
Yeah.
And then we have the 37 Kamina and Keigo Nakamura facing.
Oh yeah, the Sauna Club has been renamed to 37.
Yeah, I don't know how. I liked Soda Club
Very-
better personally.
Yeah.
37 Kamina's fine.
Sao night.
Cause-
Sao night.
Because then we would have had Soda Club versus a men's club, but instead it's men's club.
It's not
Men's-
Sauna Club and the men's club.
No,
There's not the two clubs.
no. Instead we have men's
It's
Teo, Makoto
and
Oishi,
Keigo.
and Keiko.
Keigo's in there.
Keiko's there too to take the pin because they needed somebody to take the pin. Yeah, but you have men's Teo, Makoto Oishi, and Hagane Shino, who I don't know much about, but
Mhm.
men's Teo, Makoto, and I'm aware of very cute images of Brooks with Makoto's daughter. So
It's adorable.
Mm.
If you need wholesome content, that is the wholesome content of the week.
yeah, Makoto's YouTube channel. I don't remember. It's it's an Oishi family something. It's something like that. I don't know.
I think so.
Or Mako and Mio or some shit. I can't remember. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Unless you want to talk Joshi, but
That's a whole other kettle of worms. We will be
Yeah.
here for another hour.
yeah, we have already been here for an hour 15. So, all
You
right,
know what? We can do that for another episode to get more content.
new podcast, second podcast.
New podcast.
All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, like the fucking podcast. Just for God's sakes, I know you guys are there. Like the fucking podcast. I need people to like this shit. Gwen, you're gonna be. When are we gonna do this again? I don't know. Like at some point, one day.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever we have more things to shit talk.
Yeah. Yellick will be. For those of you who missed the ROH mark, he'll be back at some point. I don't know when, probably, but he'll be back at some point. Thank you all for watching. If you did, leave a like, sub if you're not subbed, and we'll see you guys whenever we see you.